The Man Who Rewrote His Destiny, the story of Arthur Boorman. Have you ever felt like the world has already written your final chapter? That your best days are behind you, locked away by age, injury, or a series of impossible circumstances? Most people believe that change is a slow crawl. But today, I'm going to tell you the story of a man who was told he would never walk unassisted again. A man who spent 15 years believing a lie until he decided to change the one thing no doctor could touch: his mind. This isn't just a fitness story. This is a masterclass in the psychological phenomenon of the self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the story of Arthur Boorman. The Fall. Arthur was a paratrooper in the Gulf War. He was elite, he was strong, but too many jumps took their toll. His back was shattered and his knees were destroyed. By the time he reached middle age, the tough soldier was gone. In his place was a man who weighed nearly 300 pounds, suffered from chronic, agonizing pain, and relied on heavy leg braces and canes just to move from the bed to the couch. The turning point of negativity. For 15 years, Arthur asked doctors for help. Their response was always the same: "You're too far gone. Your joints are trashed. Get used to the braces, Arthur. This is your life now." And because the experts said it, Arthur believed it. This is what we call the prison of I can't. When you tell yourself you were a victim for 15 years, your body eventually agrees with you.
The spark. At 47 years old, Arthur was waiting to die. But one night, while scrolling through the internet, he found a yoga instructor named Diamond Dallas Page. Arthur reached out to dozens of fitness experts. Most saw his photos and his medical records and politely declined. They didn't want the liability. But DDP said something different. He told Arthur, "I don't care where you are. I care where you want to go." The science of the shift. Arthur didn't wake up the next day and run a marathon. In fact, he couldn't even stand for more than a few seconds. His first workout was simply trying to balance. He fell, often. But here is where the power of positive thinking actually works. It isn't about wishing the pain away. It's about cognitive reframing. Instead of saying, "I fell because I'm broken," Arthur started saying, "I fell because I'm trying. And if I'm trying, I'm still in the game." The transformation. The first few months were a nightmare. Arthur's body screamed. His ego screamed louder. Positive thinking is not a delusion. It is a choice of focus. Arthur stopped focusing on the 100 things he couldn't do and obsessed over the one thing he could do: show up. Month 4, he lost 20 pounds. He could stand without the braces for a minute. Month 6, he began to move with a fluidness he hadn't felt since the army. The breakthrough. One afternoon, Arthur was practicing his balance. Usually, he'd reach for his canes the moment he felt a wobble. This time, he didn't. He fell, he got up. He fell, he got up. And then he stayed up. The miracle moment. There is a famous video of Arthur, which went viral years later, where he begins to run. It starts as a shuffle, then a jog, and then, in a moment that defies every medical diagnosis he was ever given, he sprints. He sprints across a park, arms wide, a man reborn. The lesson for you. Arthur Boorman lost 140 pounds in less than a year. He threw his braces in the trash. He proved the doctors wrong. But he didn't do it with a magic pill. He did it by changing the narrative in his head. The takeaway? Your brain is a biological supercomputer. If you program it with "this is impossible," it will find every reason to make that true.
But if you program it with, "I am capable of growth," your reticular activating system starts looking for opportunities instead of obstacles. What is your leg brace? Maybe it's not a physical injury. Maybe it's a limiting belief about your career, your relationships, or your worth. Arthur's story proves that as long as you are breathing, your story hasn't been fully written yet. You have the pen. Don't believe everything you think. Believe in what you can become. What is one impossible thing you're going to try today? Let us know in the comments.